Troops await your command.
How's it going, Ready Up Live? I have some exciting footage. Exciting because I am very, very excited about this game. Halo Wars 2. This is Firefight. Now, to be specific, this is Blitz Firefight. Blitz is the controversial new game mode where there are cards, almost like Warzone in Halo 5. The thing about these cards is that you can drop them at your home base. If you spawn them there, they spawn with entirely full health. If you spawn them anywhere else, you can spawn them anywhere on the battlefield, and they will spawn with less health. So you're constantly wondering if you should do that. Like, honestly, the best bet is to always spawn them at home base, unless things get really hectic. Now, what's important here is to make sure you have the right deck. And you can do that by, you can obviously, you get more packs, you have a few to open at the beginning, etc. And apparently by playing campaign, you get a lot more packs, but assembling the right deck is really important. And then when you become a more advanced player, you'll be able to cycle through that deck. So when you use a card, it will be placed on the bottom of the deck. And you can actually discard a card for 5 energy. Now, energy drops all around the map like this right here. You got to go destroy it and pick it up. I believe only ground units can do that. So one of the strategies of this Firefight game mode is to make sure you have units on those. I like to keep units, as being the guy who's covering A in this situation, I like to keep units pretty consistently on the top there to cover them all. In this game, I am playing with my good friends Actobunny, Fufu, and Vern. I forget which is which. I'm trying to racking my brain right now, but we did a good job. This was our best match. Actually, I believe it was also our first Firefight match. Our next ones, we tried trickier strategies. We actually had one of the devs tell us a really good strategy they used to get really far. We tried it and we failed, actually, even worse than this, because it was just, I don't know, we didn't luck out. But nonetheless, this was a pretty solid attempt here. Minimal communication, but one thing I find interesting about this game mode versus any kind of versus actually is I found myself more aware of what my teammates were doing. Now, part of that is because of the size of this map. This is a very small map. It's easy to keep your eyes on everything, but until you're good enough at Halo Wars, it's hard to kind of manage all your own stuff, your own bases, etc., while knowing what all your teammates are doing. Halo Wars 2 the same, especially with all the new stuff. But on this map, and with not having to worry about bases, just getting rid of that element of it, I'm so much more aware of what my teammates were doing. So I would be calling out to my buddies to make sure they picked up different energy. Energy will drop. You'll see it'll drop closer to our red base down there. We'll always call out like, hey, who's closest? Who wants to pick this up? So I found it very interesting that it was the first time in Halo Wars that I was really fully 100% admittedly aware of what everybody was doing at all times. So what you have to do in this game mode to finally get into it is, Firefight obviously being, you got to hold out. But you notice this percentage on the top here. It's 0, 0, again, 0% up there. That percentage will start ticking up when the enemy holds 2 or more of these platforms. There are 3, A, B, and C. So you don't technically need to hold all 3. It's just kind of an extra safety in case they start overwhelming you. Like at some point, apparently, ideally, according to the devs, you're going to want to abandon, say, A, and then set up a bunch of Kodiaks, a bunch of artillery, a bunch of anti-air down at C. That's the dank strat. But as long as they don't hold 2, that percentage will not go up. When that percentage hits 100%, you lose the game. The AI wins. As you go on, the game becomes significantly more difficult. You see on the top right there that what level we're on, 4 there, and then easy, and that'll tick up as you get to higher levels. And it's interesting because it's not just the typical Halo levels. Like, it's not just easy, normal, heroic, legendary. There's other ones in there. There's hard. There's nightmare. Kind of an interesting thing.
Local units.
Wave cleared.
Local units.
Go time.
Go easy.
Out of my way, coming
These
through.
things aren't free.
They got a Spartan. Watch
Wave
out.
start.
Local
Bug is
units.
humming and raring to go. Just warming her
Local
up.
units.
I'm on it.
Local units.
Zone A contested.
Getting attacked by a spot.
Local units.
Left of them. Sure thing. I'm under attack from an enemy Spartan. Rolling out.
In this game mode, I found any kind of healing units to be arguably some of the most useful things you can use, and just have them hovering around there and healing up your units between rounds. It's absolutely crucial. You can bring your units back to your home base to heal them up there, but you know, you're sacrificing that unit for a little bit of time. It heals pretty quick, and it works pretty well. I honestly just kind of forget to do it sometimes. It's just, I'm too busy focusing on the game and doing all that, but you want to make sure you keep everything healed.
Local units.
So I played this Halo Wars 2. This is my footage, of course. Recorded this in London, which I just got back from. So my embargo was up actually a couple hours ago, based on when I post this. So you'll see this around the net. If you want to find more footage, definitely look at Active Bunnies and look at Verns and look at everyone's doing stuff. You can probably Google it, search it up, find more different gameplay, see how people did. But it was a really, really fun experience, and I can't wait to show you guys what I got going on there. I actually have a really cool vlog I made exploring London and hanging out with those guys. Just a bunch of hooligans around London. So if you guys are interested in the more behind-the-scenes stuff, footage of the venue and such, go check out youtube.com/Greenskull. It's my Greenskull channel. I've been vlogging and doing fun stuff there. Appreciate you subbing, belling up, hitting that bell button.
Catastrophe.
Hornet moving out.
10-4, over. Ready to do what needs to be done. En route.
Wave cleared.
Copy that. Moving to coordinates. I got
Energy low.
Some of these kids. Ready for the worst. Ready to flatten
Wave
some up.
start.
Yeah, as you can see on this wave, all that energy spawned up top. I was very much the energy guy during our play session, just because things kept spawning up at A, and I would always be the one getting the one closer to our home base. So having something like warthogs are very, very, very strong. Jackrabbits are very good for that too. Something that can move fast, quickly snatch up the things. In firefight, you don't need to worry about the enemy taking this energy. In actual versus multiplayer, that's the idea, is that you're fighting the other team who will be fighting over that energy, and when it drops, it's a rush, right? So the only thing you got to be concerned about is that when it spawns near their base, you're kind of throwing yourself into their army. But luckily, that's the only real issue. They're not going to steal it from you. So I found most of the time, if you just sneak in a warthog there, you don't need to worry about it. They'll be fine. Yeah, I also found keeping maybe a hornet with you, so it can fight from above and be a little more protected from the enemies and shoot those pods, because you see a single unit, like a single group of soldiers, they're not going to destroy it very quickly. So it's sometimes good to have something with you, but if it's not back corner that's very well protected, I'm not overly concerned. I'll be able to let those guys take it out, so I just kind of leave them there.
Local units.
Chill-tacular. Chillrosity. Chillaman charge.
Local units. Local units.
Zone A contested.
Ready for duty.
Local units. All units.
Lucky I was around. Ship's taking a beating, sir.
One thing graphically that's very evident about this game, over Halo Wars 1 that is just the amount of shrapnel, of explosions, of fire, of these special effects, sparks and splatter. There's so much more of it in this game, and it makes for a real spectacle when everything's going down. And hopefully you won't run into too much lag. I don't think I saw any, to be honest, in my gameplay. No matter how crazy things got, and as soon as you get to later levels, it is insane. Like, the armies they send out are just massive, and I didn't see any slowdown. But of course, I was playing on PC, so hopefully we'll see some good performance on console. This is gonna be interesting to see, though, is to see what people choose. And while Halo Wars did an amazing job, and you know, I still stand by the best console RTS like ever, because it's so hard to do. You're missing out on so much micromanagement, so much that you can't do, that Halo Wars made work. You know, obviously maybe the really hardcore RTS guys will disagree with me, but they did a really good job of it. And so it's interesting now that you can just play it on PC. I mean, you can even play Halo Wars Definitive Edition, which I'm going to be doing in the next couple days. Actually, I've been sitting on it to play it on PC for a little bit now, and now that I'm winding down a little bit back from some trips, I'm about ready to play through that campaign again. But no, it looks really, really good, and it was enough going on that it was exciting. I didn't feel like it was toned down in any way necessarily. It has this very much Halo look to it. You know, despite all these special units, honestly, even more than Halo 5, I felt this was very throwbacky in the fashion of just color, right? Like, it's very vibrant. Like, if you look at all these, look at the purples and the yellows and the reds, very vibrant colors. I mean, obviously you have to in an RTS game. You want things to really stand out while, you know, having intricacies. But nonetheless, this is Halo, right? Like, Halo has always been very much this cartoon-esque look to it. This like hard-edged, like, it was never, for the most part, the old school stuff, right? Like, we always had this bubbliness to it that this absolutely feels that way. It's this makes you smile. Put a smile on your face.
Put it on cruise control. Sir, my troops are ready to go.
Nightingale under assault from enemy troops. Need support. Let me get to work.
Hostile eliminated.
Local units.
Overkill. Kill-tacular.
Local units.
Go, sir. Exactly what I said.
Chillin' and chill. Zone B contested. Overkill.
Go time.
That for me, boss.
Zone B contested. Overkill.
My dust.
Local
Four by
units.
fours.
Someone want to clean up this
Burn him
mess?
Let's motor.
Local units. Local units.
Easy target. Moving out. Flying out. Moving.
Zone A contested.
I'm under fire from enemy vehicles.
Overkill.
One of my issues in this gameplay, admittedly, was I didn't figure out all of the quick key commands fast enough. In my later games, which even though we didn't perform as well, so I'm not necessarily going to show them, I definitely started figuring those out. Like, for instance, the by default bindings, the Z key brings you back to base. And using that in a game mode like this, where you got to quickly bounce to base to send units there to spawn new units, was useful, and I didn't do as much. You'll also see, you've probably seen this gameplay, if you're paying attention, there is a bug that I brought it up with the team, and they said was actually just fixed, like the day before, which is the mini-map doesn't work all the time, where if you click on the map, it'll not click on somewhere on the map, it'll click on like the corner of your screen. So if you're trying to send units around, and it doesn't actually send them where you want them to go, or you want to just change your view to somewhere on the map where something's going down and it doesn't happen. It was pretty frustrating when that happened, absolutely, but I was assured that they just fixed that bug, which is good. You'll see it. Yeah, like it's kind of weird, but I found myself using WASD a lot to look around, to have some smooth camera movements rather than flinging my mouse around. Of course, you can also middle click, which is how I play League of Legends, actually. Middle click and drag just to get some quick speedy little movements with your camera.
I love the smell of burning rubber in the morning.
Local
Just give me an order,
units.
sir.
Wave cleared.
Control.
Wave start.
On the move. Let's go.
Vulture under air assault.
I'm on it.
Zone B contested.
Local
We're
units.
ready to rock.
I'm getting hit by
All
enemy
units.
vehicles. Over.
See it, I can shoot.
Target is
Kill.
down.
Tech.
Target is down.
Kill. Trust.
So you see them setting up Kodiaks everywhere. I'm glad we actually figured out the strategy before they even told us about it, but when it comes to Halo Wars, especially in the first one, you know, I would get used to certain types of units. Like, I would just like, yeah, I would just throw a ton of vultures out or something. But in this game, things like Kodiaks are invaluable. You want to have this artillery. You want to deploy them using the R key in this case. You can just click R wherever, and they'll eventually head there and set up. So you have one, I have one on the cliff there. I have some down below, and these guys last like the majority of this game. They do some serious damage. So if you have multiple players with a ton of great Kodiak setup, as the dev suggested, you can look at that. He just like even dealt with that, right? The Kodiaks, just the range on them are just absolutely awesome. Super, super cool. Very, very cool unit. I love, you know, when these games can bring in these new vehicles that make sense in the universe and serve their own purpose, like aren't just thrown in as another thing. You know, I can think of a billion Covenant vehicles that are like, yeah, it's just another plasma shooting vehicle, fancy, right? But no, it's there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of interesting units that I'd be psyched to see this stuff in the FPS game, not necessarily play them. You know, like some of these, I don't know how much of Kodiak would make sense, but seeing a lot of these units that to me just feel grounded, feel Halo, make more appearances throughout the franchise. Oh, I just lost a Kodiak, speaking of which, so wasn't paying attention there. Could have had my Nightingales go save them.
Lucky I was around. Say the word and I'll clean house. Yes, sir. Getting it done. Ready to go to work. Ready for retribution. Target eliminated. Clear. In the air. Making my approach. Sit back and let the drones do their work.
We got our orders. Let's go.
Make way for the hog!
You ready, jarheads? Let's get going.
Easy as pie.
I'm under attack from ground troops. Over.
Zone B contested. Overkill. Chill tech. Kill 'em in show. Zone B contested. Kill catastrophe.
Easy next time. These things aren't free. Open wide and say ah.
I need support. Getting hit by enemy troops.
Overkill. Kill tacular. Wing clear.
Lucky I was around.
Wave start.
Restoration.
Copy that.
Out.
Local units.
I'm under attack from enemy vehicles.
Let's hustle. Knock, knock. On my way.
Wrecking crew in session. Zone B contested.
I'm under fire from enemy ground.
One thing I don't think I did enough of in these gameplays, which I was also suggested to do from the devs, was to use more archer missiles and the like, to use these quick energy bursts rather than spending, you know, 100 energy or something on some simple unit, is to use a instant gratification option and just wipe some things out. I know eradication, if you're playing as like the brutes, is super strong, super powerful. I'm not as sold on the Condor Strike. For 300 energy, it brings in this massive Condor that just shoots things, but only lasts something like 40 seconds, like a minute or something. So it really doesn't do that much. I mean, I've seen it really clean up, but apparently for that price, it's not necessarily worth it. You're better off dropping some archer missiles and buying different units. But they highly recommend in your deck you have a couple of those options, and not too many necessarily. Have like one fast unit, and make sure you have a nice variety there of units that aren't necessarily general. So like just a basic Scorpion maybe isn't the way to go. You want things that are anti-air, you want things that are artillery, you want things that can counter other units, or apparently the most valuable cards you can play in this game.
Chill, tech. Chill, trust.
My way, coming through. I'm on it.
Will someone help me with these air units? Over!
On it. It won't be a problem. Affirmatory.
Wave start.
Giving up the coast. Sit back and let the drones do
Yes,
their
sir.
work.
Let's kick ass.
The enemy has sent air units to
Zone
take
B
me out!
contested.
We're up, letter X. Sir.
Zone A contested. Zone B contested.
Hostile
Zone
down.
B
Before
contested.
on the move. Making tracks.
Flat as a pancake.
Under fire from ground troops.
Being battered by enemy artillery. Over!
Hog is humming and raring to go. Let's hustle.
Local units.
So despite being this far into the game, round 20, heroic, we're still doing fine. We still have 0%. We haven't given them an inch. So we're still surviving here. You can see there, that was the Condor. It looks just like a giant pelican just messing stuff up. But again, that is very, very limited. So it was kind of a, oh, well, I might as well use this item. Unless you're really, really good, saving a lot of energy, you got to be really careful. The game actually notifies you when you have, I want to say it's over 500. There's a little pop-up that says energy warning, or high energy warning, I think. Which is smart, which is good, because you know there's a lot of times where you're just so invested in everything that's going on, you're not realizing how much energy you're actually saving up. And when, you know, you'll look down and you're like, oh crap, one time I looked down, I had like 800 energy. I'm like, I should really be spending this. You should really drop it. And of course, again, something that you'll get better at. I started doing it in later games where you would discard these cards for, then you spend 5 energy to do that just to get to the bottom of the deck again. But if you arrange your deck well enough and have the right cards in there, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. You shouldn't have to do it that much, but obviously there are very legitimate strategies there. Again, I did that when we did the Kodiak one, where I would just drop a bunch of cards in favor of getting more Kodiaks and just having a huge lineup of them, which I'd love to try again. Can't wait to get back into this.
Local
Eager to tear
units.
this place up, sir. Flame, pal. Marines under fire from
Zone
enemy.
A contested. Zone B contested. Check.
Under fire from enemy ground troops. In need of some big guns. Vulture moving out. Getting pelted by ground troops, over.
Just give us the order. Do I have to drop kick you there? Move! Tango spotted.
Wave start.
I'm under attack from ground troops, over. I'll get it done, boss. Rock and roll. Time to earn my paycheck. Scorpion, under fire from enemy ground troops.
Zone A contested.
Let's get you fixed up. Getting it done. Ground troops down, over.
We're getting hit by enemy vehicles!
A contested.
Things are not going well here. To give you guys an idea, I was told that I believe the highest they've seen was wave 140 or something. There's eradication right there. It just messes stuff up. A wave 140. Tell me that's not insane, right? Like 140. I mean, it means nothing until you've tried this, but you'll see that we're on legendary now and starting to really pick up. We're starting to drop units like flies. If you look on the mini-map there, see how many blue units there are, and how many of us there are, and there's not much of us left. I only got like 5 units on the field right now. Everything is not going well. We're contesting a bunch of stuff. We still got C on lock, but A is lost hope at this point. It looks like it's not looking very good. And B is just in a big battle. Soon as stuff starts going down, another Kodiak loss. Soon as stuff starts going down, it's crazy how it starts snowballing and it starts getting intense, and the enemy units get stronger and stronger. I don't even know why I sent that guy in. I just sent him to his death. It gets insane.
Local units.
Taking her out of lockdown, sir. I've been targeted by enemy air units. Over.
Local units.
This was any easier, I'd be writing the report up in crayon.
Yes, sir.
Zone A
I need
contested.
assistance against these air.
Zone A captured. Zone A contested.
Depending on us, hell jumpers. We've got our orders. Can we get some
Yes, sir.
support ASAP?
Zone A.
Local units.
See, now I'm down to the point where I don't have enough energy to even keep up. It's hard to even pick up energy. Luckily, again, the enemy team, the AI isn't focused on that, so you can sneak around and pick some more stuff up. C could probably grab some energy down there, but I'm just like, I don't even know why I'm sending these guys in. In a future game, I now know to just leave point A. But there's so much energy that spawns up there that if you can't sneak in and they start having all those units up there, you might be hurting. You might lose out on energy. You can't spawn any more units, and it's just down. It doesn't tick up, right? Like, you need to actually pick up these things. So I'm lucking out here that there's this one, but the orange is gonna grab that, and it's interesting. It's interesting once it starts getting overwhelming and everyone starts getting heated, and you just feel it. You just feel that dread of like, yeah, we're not getting much further, boys.
En route.
Zone B lost. Zone C lost.
Local units.
Soldier en route.
Zone C captured.
Done.
All units. All units.
The enemy has sent vehicles after me. Over.
All units.
There's going to be a reckoning.
We're in bad shape, over.
Local units.
Ready for action.
Local units. Local units.
Full speed. Picked off another hostile.
Local units. All units. Local units.
Way clear.
Move out with me.
Local units.
Let's go, hell jumpers. Let's get going.
Zone B captured.
We've got our orders. Let's go.
Local units.
Let's go. hell
And
jumpers.
nightmare difficulty. Once it gets to nightmare, it's all over. We have learned. There is not much left for us now. The game is gonna take a sharp turn for the worse. We're already lacking units. These are like my last dudes. We're not looking good. It sucks. Nightmare is insane. I'm surprised we got this far because this is where you need to have been setting up these, say, the Kodiaks and abandoning A and really working together. And it's like you need experience at this point because they're getting some percentages there. We have no units. It's not looking good.
Moving to coordinates.
All units.
Energy low.
Moving.
All units.
Zone B
Getting
lost.
pestered by ground troops. Pushing her to the max. Heavy firepower on the way. We are go.
Enemy forces
Wave
spotted.
start.
Making tracks. Copy, over.
I hope there were some bad guys inside.
Yes, sir.
Warning, under assault from enemy ground forces.
Is it bad? This feels so good. Come on, old girl. Don't let me down now.
I'm getting...
The enemy has taken out a vehicle.
Local units.
Full throttle.
Zone C contested.
All units.
Enemy is halfway to victory. Zone C contested.
Hell, this is rookie work. One less hostile. Moving out. Don't need to tell me twice.
Wave start.
Let me get to work.
All units.
Time to dig.
Our allies are in trouble.
All it is, boss.
My hog is ready for the full tour, sir.
Local units. Local units.
Watch my dust, boss. I'm right on it.
All
Listen to
units.
that engine?
Enemy is close to victory.
I'm getting shelled. Need support.
Zone C contested.
My 4x4 is hungry.
Zone C contested. Zone C contested.
No hope left. Defeat. They got us. 28. Not bad. We're told that's pretty okay. It's the highest I saw anyone at the event actually get to, which is good, especially for our first round, and especially for not, you know, one of us not necessarily even being like a Halo Wars guy. Super happy with that. Not bad. Not bad. 31 minutes, and that's wait 28. Right? How long did it take to get to 140? Like that's insane. I want to see how long it takes. I want to see how people do it. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely hit that like button if you did, and if you want to see the behind the scenes stuff, go to youtube.com/Greenskull. That'll be live within a week, hopefully less. We'll see. I'm cranking out a bunch of content right now. So once again, stay beautiful. See you guys next video.